Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. He's opened with Vara. I have some duplicates, but apart from that, a fairly balanced rack. I was going to say I have Roneoed, but not quite. I have the EN prefix. And I have the over component of a word. But is there a bingo? I have the non. I have Donny. D-O-N-E-E, Domineer, not quite. Okay, not seeing anything. Anything through the A for a four-timer. Enderon. Okay, not seeing anything there. What about Varan is good. Do I have a five-letter play? Either ending with an N or beginning with an N. Varan and Nerd. Endron. Ender. I'm not seeing it. Done. Pretty sure I missed a five-letter play there. Enderon or something. Anyway, on to the next track. I have a fairly balanced track here. And I'm looking at the men component. Our men. Don't think that's any good. And I have the unprefix. Menorah, if the U was A. I do have menorah now through the A. But does that N assist? Run home. Home run. To hit a home run. Pretty sure home run is two words, but you never know. Yeah. Anyway, let's go with humor. I'm not seeing a bingo. Humor for 37. That's a nice rack. Inanest. Is one way of scoring. What would be better? A bingo through the N. Stanine. Stanine. No, you can't spell it with two N's. I thought that looked a bit dodgy. Anything through that N. Stanine. NT. Okay, I think I'll go with inanest. I'm not seeing a four-timer. Okay, I draw duplicate I and the Y. My Y can play both under this N, hopefully from the double word square cross, although I'm not seeing something immediately that fits that pattern. The other option would be down onto the DE, day being good. I'm not actually seeing that many five-letter plays. Moiety through an I. I have the bio prefix. Moiety. No, you can't spell moiety like that. Orb is good, and Beto is good. That scores quite well. Is there any way to improve on 38? Not seeing a better option. Going with Beto for 38. Okay, I duplicate the I again, and I draw a V with a Y. Yeah, so not a great rack. Ray takes a B in front. Don't have the flexibility for playing down parallel to algae. Ivy would be a nice way to get rid of the problem tiles. Do I have a hot play from this triple letter onto the double? Okay, opponent does provide a hot spot. And Foy is the one. I don't have a H for going after UG, or any other tile for that matter, but Foy looks okay. Pretty shocking rack leaf, but for 38 I'm not complaining. Not a bad pickup actually, considering what I was sitting with prior to that pick. I have the miss prefix. I don't know about misgiver. Slotting a G in there. Minivers. Vermins and yeah, this N looks like it does assist the rack. I have the ism ending. Looking at the A as well, that might be of use. Federals, opponent bingos there. Nice play. Do I have an ISE ending word? Something like sirenize, but not seeing it. I have Merv on my rack. And I have Vim. Now the other 4-timer lane is this one that opponents just created. So let's have a look at words ending in IES. Not seeing anything. Okay. Looking at players using my V. What about Vera's for 32? It's a good score, doesn't give much back. Oh, Vera doesn't take an S. I should know that. Okay, I'm going to go with VIE here. It looks weak, but it's a very strong rack. I was just about to say it's a very strong rack leave. And it was, but I picked the J. One of the only tiles that could have spoiled things. And at least I'll be able to score with the J, but this is what I was afraid of, a 94-point play. Unprayed, okay. Not seeing great options. Just jism. Okay, that's a pretty good pickup. Opponent's bound to play down there. Esquire. Does it play anywhere? Esquire, okay. Requires. Queries. Queries doesn't play any. It does actually. Queries here for 100. I draw the H, the B, and the U. B-H-U-T, but is good. Does it play anywhere? No, it doesn't. What have I got here? I've got but here, coastal. Okay, that's all right. I've got BHUT there. My time is running a bit low. I have Dole. 24, not a bad rack leave. I think I might go with this. Takes out the C, it's a useful bingo lane. I draw the U's, and I'll be looking to take this out if opponent doesn't play there, because that's a very useful 2 lanes for opponent to bingo through. Do I have a monster Z play somewhere? That might be enough to outrun opponent without blocking those lanes. Zeta looks fine. Shocking rack leave, but solid score of 52, even though it gives back some points there. Anything else on offer? Boise. B-U-A-Z-E. I believe is good. Boise, that gives 32, gives back an X play there, possibly. Okay, opponent goes there. I have beta here. There's 1 tile in the bag. Opponent's definitely not bingoing. Do I... Well, he doesn't have an E there, so I might just go with... I don't think he has a Z play either. I'm going to go with Zeta. 52. I draw another U, which isn't ideal, but the game is won, so I can take my foot off the gas a little bit there. Not seeing any great plays with B-U-I-U. B-I, I guess, is the best I can see here. Gub, at least I can possibly go out in 2 if opponent doesn't. Oh, he's got Peck here. I should have played there actually. That's fine. So 454 to 413. Thank my opponent for a good game, and let's have a look at what we missed. So it was my opponent to go first. He had a plethora of A's. Ava seems fine for 12. Opponent went with Vara. Similar idea. Enderon. Oh. Yeah, a word I know. I just looked at the rack and I thought those tiles look so familiar. And I was thinking Endiron, but Enderon and Enteron with a T as well. So definitely word I'm familiar with, and a little bit disappointed to have missed that one. So moving on, I played Done just to balance the rack. A plethora of vowels again for opponent. Vina got rid of 3 of them. Humour for 37 seems fine. And Donegal, oh nice, getting it extension onto the double word. Very nice. Donegal, and sorted the rack out to an extent. Inanist seemed fine at 13C. Inanist and humours, but that exposed the trip, so I'm still happy with my placement. Jailer for 37 was the best score, and Gore 24, that was opponents. That did give me a nice comeback score of 38 for Beto. But look at this, Obeat for 46 at 011. Yes, Obeat, very nice. And a great synergy of MY left on the rack. So that would have been the best by far. Beto still scored very well, 38 points I was quite happy with. Weight for 43 with the E at the end, that was N2, parallel to Algae. I was actually looking for a Y play there myself, but WAITE, very nice. And then opponent exposed the trip and I pounced on it for another 38. A kind of a deja vu moment. Opponent exposes the trip with Gore, pounced on it for 38, did it again with Wit, and same story, 38 points again for Foy. Then Federals nicely spotted by opponent through that floating R of Varan, and I then Viremias. I'm not on form tonight, that's for sure, because these are words I not only know but have played in the past. So that was a miss. 2G through the A of Algae, as well as E7 through the A of Inanist. Viremias, that was a miss. Just to balance it up, and Unprayed, nice, the only bingo. 51 points for ununary, and keeping D blank, that was at 14B. Look at that, unary, beautiful. 51 point play, keeping a blank and a D, but 94 is so hard to turn down, and it didn't give much back to me either. So Unprayed. Chisholm for 50 seems fine, and then Joking for 54. Opponent scoring well off my J, and then Queries for 100. So a few really big scores there. 38, 68, dipped down to 14, which should have been about 80 for Viremias, and then 94, 50, 54, so some big hits there in the middle part of the game. Queries, and then Costal for 27, Clute for 28, okay, and Bahut, I spotted BHUT, but Bahut was available at 12A, that's down here. Nice, parallel to Inanist. Bahut scoring close to 40 points, very nice, and sorting the rack out completely. Doll was suboptimal for 24, but did address a bingo lane blocking. Opponent wasn't quite close enough to bingoing, I guess, with the X and W. XO for 40 seems fine, a bit volatile, but yeah. Zebu for 58, Zeta for 52, same placement. Zebu, obviously. That would have been my play if I spotted it. But Zeta scored well. Twerp for 24 was opponents, that's fine. And then buy for 13, and I was looking for a 2-out play. I wonder if if I blocked that, would my opponent have had Klopp? I think is fine. So he did have outs there. So I should have just gone for score. Anyway, that was the end of the game. Pretty good one. I thought opponent had some nice plays, unprayed. Happy to have come back with queries. Federal's also a great play through the R. Yeah, and I think we kind of had a good share each of the big tiles. Opponent had the X and the J, I had the Q and the Z, and we had a blank each and a few S's each. So hope you enjoyed watching that game, and I will see you next time.